quick one. I welcome you once again to this broadcast. It's going to be a very quick one, but I have an important message to pass across. First and foremost, I bless God for you. I say good afternoon. I say good evening. I say good morning. It all depends your location, where you are viewing from. Whatever it is, I greet you in the name of Jesus. I've had people say that marriage is unnecessary evil. I've had people say I will not marry because marriage is bad. The question we are considering even in my own organization now is marriage, enjoyment, or endurance. Now, this is my take in this matter. Marriage originally, according to the book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, God said it is not good for the man to be alone. Now, God has a brand called the earth, and God needed a man to manage it. And God created the man. And in the man God created, the man was made up of male and female in one unique person. And while the man was busy with his business, taking care of the garden, cultivating the garden, naming the animal and the rest of things. And God saw for his purpose, especially the purpose of creation, procreation, the purpose of a companionship, the purpose of a helper, for him to fulfill in the life of that man, it means that he has to separate the female man from the man. And God said it is not good for the man to be alone. It's not good for the man to be a unique personality, a unique entity. And God caused a deep sleep to come upon the man. While the man slept, God took out the female part of the man. And when the man woke up, according to Genesis chapter 2, 23, 24, and 25, the man was excited. He said, wow, this is a woman with a womb. And the Bible said, for this cause, a man will leave his father and mother and family and be cleft into a man, and the two shall become one flesh. 24 said they were both naked, not nakedness in the terms of just physical nakedness. They were open. There were transparency. There was no secret among them, and they were not ashamed. But today, where come this word that marriage is unnecessary evil is because many have brought shame into their marriage. The enemy has also brought shame into the marriage, and the situation at large is also bring shame into the marriage. And that's why many are saying it is evil. It is not evil. In the beginning, it was not so. According to Matthew, the book of Matthew chapter 19, while Jesus was having a conversation, or rather what I call it a debate with the people of his time, the religious leaders of his time, they asked him questions that borders to marriage. And one of the things they said, if you answered so, Master, why did Moses ask us to give a certificate of divorce? And that is Matthew chapter 19 verse 8. And he told them, in the beginning it was not so, but because of your stubbornness, because of the hardness of your heart, that Moses gave it, so that you will not kill your wife. That's why Moses permitted you. And study has proven that the process of divorce then was not an easy thing. And many today who has gone through legal process of divorce, even at the verge of the conclusion, have united together because there are certain process. So marriage is good. Marriage is for enjoyment. That does not mean that marriage does not have challenges. Challenges is different from trouble. Every venture, every great organization, every successful man must go through challenges. Challenges does not come to break a man. Challenges comes to bring out the best in a man. If you are among those that say that marriage is unnecessary evil as a result of what you are experiencing, as a result of how your marriage is like, I want to tell you there is a missing line somewhere. In the beginning, it was not so. God original purpose, God original intention, God original idea for creating marriage before sin came was for marriage to bring man fulfillment, to bring man companionship, to bring man joy, to bring man procreation. There is nothing evil in the marriage that God created. But the evil we are seeing today, the wickedness we are seeing today is as a result of man departing from God's principle of running marriage into our own idea. Many of us carry our culture, negative culture mindset into marriage. Many of us carry other people's negative experience into marriage. That is not how marriage works. I also tell you, there are some certain experience that you can use, that someone may have used, that his marriage have lasted 30 years, 40 years. But also hear this from me. My marriage has been 17 years, few days back. Thank God for that. Marriage may be 20-something years. Your marriage may be 40 years. Marriage may be 50 years. The longevity of marriage does not always always determine the excitement or the joy that comes from the marriage. There are people that are sticking together, enduring suffering. There are people that are sticking together, just tolerating. I know of a woman, emulating the children. We are all doing well. That was when the man know, and the man he started traveling out and leaving the elderly, the old husband somewhere, and the man started complaining. And the one of the daughters said, "I will not release my mother to my father, because while we were growing up, my father has been so wicked to my mother, but my mother endured everything because of us." So that marriage may be 50 years, and you say, these people are 50 years. It doesn't mean that way. There's some marriage that people are just enduring. People are just there dying, but they don't want to die. They are believing that they will not die until God have raised one of their child or one of their daughter. They will use that as an escape route. God's purpose for marriage is for fulfillment. God's purpose of marriage is to make the husband and wife to become a teamwork. God's purpose of marriage is to lessen the burden on the two people. The load will not be on the man alone. The load will not be on the woman alone. But because we have introduced our own common sense, our own intellectuality, our own wisdom, our own idea, that today you see people, husband and wife living together, the woman's money is her money, the man's money is her money. When the man cannot pay the school fees, the woman has the money, she doesn't bother. When the man has a problem in job, the man has the money, he doesn't bother. He say, "You are the head, go and fend for it." And also, some of these ideas, some of this behavior emanate from some of the misconception and the wickedness of some certain men. There have been women who have been open to their husband as a result of their work. They are earning more. They have been able to open their paycheck, what they have, their bank account, made it visible to the man. But instead of the man to use it for the betterment and for the growth and the benefit of the family, the man is using the wife money to go and settle a side chick. The man is using the wife money to squander it. And when the need comes, the woman will be so shocked to discover there is no more money. This is not the marriage God created. This is the marriage that we have learned from the devil, we have learned from the world. If you want your marriage to give you joy, if you want your marriage to give you fulfillment, let's go back and come back to the original purpose of marriage. He said, in the beginning, it was not so. In the beginning, the domestic violence was not part of marriage. In the beginning, secrets, it was not part of marriage. In the beginning, being wicked is not part of marriage. In the beginning, a man that is so blessed, the documents of this property, the wife is not aware, the wife is not signatory to it, the wife does not know anything. Sometimes the man dies and the family, why there are box of cash stuck in the bank, you see the family suffering. That is not the marriage that God have created. If you want to experience the marriage that God have created, you must learn how to enter the marriage according to God's purpose for marriage, and you must also learn to play along with the marriage as God has made it to be. Don't add to what God have not added. As long as you run it contrary to God's own plan, the experience you are going to get is going to be difficult. And I want to tell you, there is no way you can run marriage according to God's pattern when you don't even have a relationship with God. So I am telling you, God's purpose for marriage is for enjoyment, is for excitement, it's not for trouble. And I pray as you are watching me, God will help you to run and enter your marriage as God have ordained it, so that marriage will give you joy, that marriage will give you fulfillment, that marriage will give you a blessing. Thank you for watching. God bless you. See you some other time.